can and should you make a legal claim if you're a victim of rape or sexual assault? The answer is yes. I'm Gary Berger of Berger Law, and I've represented folks in these types of claims for many years. In claims against a hotel, against a business, against a institution, against a school, against any other type of entity or company that permits either its employees, its agents, or criminal third-party attacks where rape and sexually assault people, those entities are responsible for that harm and should be held responsible. And we have laws in Missouri and Illinois and many other states to hold them accountable. Holding those folks to be responsible and maintaining those claims is one of the only ways we're ever able to change the system where women and children can suffer these crimes. I know, Nikki, you've had a lot of experience with these types of claims as well. What's your experience about this type of stuff?
My experience is that this happens all too often, and all too often the institutions that employ these perpetrators either know something about the background of these perpetrators or should have known something about the background of these perpetrators, meaning that they have something in their background that would have shown that they were likely to perpetrate these crimes. And when these institutions like these hotels or these schools or these institutions are hiding that information or didn't even bother to look for that information when they hired these people, they're liable when these things happen.
What are the time? Give me an example, or what type of experience you have? Because I know you were a prosecutor for many years as well. What are you talking about? It's something in their background.
Oh, if they have a prior sexual offense in their background, if they have maybe some kind of child endangering in their background. There are a lot of different red flags that someone might have in their background that should give pause to hiring somebody and give them notice that someone could cause a sexual assault or a rape.
We settled a case about 2 weeks ago for $675,000 against an area hotel where a night manager raped my client, and we were able to show in the background check of this individual claims for multiple convictions and prison time for public nudity, molestation, many sex crimes. It was astounding to me, the criminal record, but they were still employing this person.
Right, or maybe they didn't even look.
That's the problem. And is it your experience that blinders are on or heads are in the sand and they don't look, or is there sometimes a knowing disregard, or do you get both?
I've seen both. Unfortunately, I've seen both. That people are just so desperate to put people out there in positions that other people maybe don't want to do. That they will ignore those things in people's background, and I've also seen just willful, I'm not even going to look.
Yeah, we've had the I don't want to look as well, or criminal acts by third parties. You know, if a business knows that folks are breaking through doors and attacking people, or they know assaults happen in parking lots late at night, and they don't provide the security, they don't provide the cameras, it's crazy. One of the important things to do in getting a lawyer and a law firm to pursue these claims is to have someone like us at Berger Law who are able to investigate these claims, get the evidence necessary to prove these. They're not necessarily easy claims. You need to prove and prove these elements and prove liability. It's also sometimes a challenge in identifying the entity. Hotels, you'll have someone who owns the hotel, you'll have a management company, you'll have a franchisor, or area fast food places. Who owns it? So there's a lot of work that goes into identifying the perpetrator, identifying their employer, and identifying the system failures that cause these attacks and assaults to happen. Is that fair?
Yep, absolutely.
And what can you talk a little bit about what you and I can add in terms of understanding the victims of this and how we help them, and how because this is a unique type of personal injury.
Sure. I mean, I imagine you as well have a lot of experience in working with these victims, so I call them survivors, over the years, and you learn a lot of things about how to work with people through the system in order to make them not be re-victimized by the litigation that goes on. Because if you're not with an attorney that has a lot of good experience in this, the litigation system can be very traumatic and difficult, but we want to make sure that it is not that difficult and that we can help people navigate the system.
Is my experience that through litigation, it can be challenging that people relive these events. People also realize or come into their conscious mind more of the event that occurred as the process of litigating, answering discovery, preparing for depositions. And it's important, too, to protect victims against overzealous defense lawyers who are trying to change stories or trying to act inappropriately to gain tactical advantage in litigation. So it's good to defend that and to prevent that. What are your goals when you take a case like this? What are your goals? What do you try to do, Nikki?
Well, it's really difficult because you're never going to make a person completely whole. You're never going to get a person back the sense of complete security that they had before they were victimized by sexual assault or rape. But what happens is we can help them pay for their medical bills. We can help them pay for their psychological counseling. We can help them recover for pain and suffering, and those things are very important. But most sexual assault and rape victims who come in to see me, one of the things that they immediately say is that they never want to see this happen to somebody else. And that's the best way to handle these cases is if you don't bring these lawsuits, we're not teaching these institutions and these perpetrators that they can't do this to somebody else. And so one of the things that we do for survivors is to help make changes in these institutions that hopefully they're learning when, hey, you hit me in my pocketbook, I need to make some changes so that this doesn't happen again.
Yeah, we hope that all institutions will do background checks on employees to check them and check sexual registries to make sure that they're not hiring and harboring sexual predators. And these sexual predators, it's always in the back of their mind. They'll sit and they'll lurk. They'll find the weakest victim in the most opportune situation. You never know when it's going to rear its head. And institutions and employers, they don't want them in their employ. But these institutions and employers need to take the reasonable steps to make sure that doesn't happen. And the folks that manage these companies, we can't let them put profits over people. They do it too many times. They're too lazy or they're trying to save a buck. And that has real consequences. We need to stop this culture of violence and stop this culture of sexual predation on folks. So thanks for looking at this video. Anything else to add?
No, just that we will work incredibly hard for victims to help them to feel empowered and to help make sure that this doesn't happen to somebody else.
That's a good point. I didn't say that. We identify the right defendants. We file a lawsuit. We conduct discovery. We take depositions. We pursue them. We shine the light under the rock on what they're doing and how it's wrong. And by the time that's done, it should be apparent to all the system failures and what happened and the negligence of the defendants. And we keep going until we get a good resolution and we're able to. There's so much we can't provide, but the one thing we hope to provide is financial security to sexual violence victims and their families so that can help them in the future, retrain, get new jobs, move into other areas of their life, and move beyond this. If you have any questions about these claims, call Nikki or me, Gary Berger, for free at 866-599-2222, 314-542-2222, in Illinois, 618-272-2222. We'll talk to you for free. We'll tell you whether it's something we can help you with, either help you get through personally or also help you with a legal claim. Thank you for watching.